on the air. So
Is
this is the
that
first time
music
we've
right
done,
there? Where
huh?
is that? I thought I heard some music.
No, you did not. This is the first week we've done three in a row, I think, in a while.
Is it?
One of us has been a little erratic.
You know what though? That's what I like about us. That we're a
Mm.
little erratic. I like that you can mostly count on us.
You're in trouble. You're in jail. You can mostly count on me to answer the phone.
That's right.
God, I got a call from an old girlfriend this morning about 7:15.
Excuse me?
And
What?
as I went to answer it, the phone went dead. I go, well, we'll call that a butt dial. 9 minutes later, another call. I just let it ring a few more times, and then I answered it, and then it went dead again. I mean, you got to answer the call, right?
What's going on? I mean, if it happens twice, is she being kidnapped?
I'm saying there's something going on.
And then
I'm thinking
nothing.
maybe I said something 9 podcasts ago, and somebody wants to get something off their mind. I'll straighten that guy out. F me, F him.
Oh, mate. So you did not call this person back then? You just let it go?
Well, then I texted her. I said, "Are you
Okay.
trying to? Did you want me to answer? Is everything
Yeah,
okay?"
right.
He goes, "Oh, I'm misdialing."
Oh, come on.
That's what she said.
Twice?
Wow.
Everybody knows the old trick of the old, oh, I can't believe I butt dialed you. Everybody knows that trick.
I know, but it seems odd. But yeah,
Oh,
but there was no follow up.
it's almost Valentine's Day. People are getting a little mushy, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Which by the way, I'm Melinda McKinsey.
I'm Tom Wise.
You're going to unpack some shit with us today. We did have
Yes,
some follow up from the last. We gave some teasers.
I've had a rush of inspiration.
Oh, well, share with us,
Well,
please.
we had. Oh, by the way, look who popped in. You know, more has changed besides the background around here. I'm getting fed on a regular basis.
You are now a full-time vegetarian. What is this? Oh, and this is what we call live TV, where things happen that you don't necessarily plan on. Don't tell Patrick that that happened.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
I mean, clearly Patrick wants a segment called what's it called? What's Patrick stirring up?
What's cooking?
What's cooking with Patrick? And I
Yeah,
want to
it's
call
avocado toast.
oh, I want to call his segment looks like trout, but
Wow. All
it's
right.
okay. So what are your inspirations? You said that you've been hit by some inspiration.
So I've got because I've been sagging the last few months. I'll say I've had
Well,
a
you've been
couple.
moving. You've
I
been
know
moving.
my I've been otherwise occupied with moving and work and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But I woke up today and I said that's a great topic.
What?
Why does quality take time? 12-year-old Scotch, 18-year-old Scotch. You want a guy to come in and really do a nice job on the baseboards or build something from scratch. I mean, it's just a given that if you want something done better, it generally takes more time. And I'm saying, why
Generally,
can't we
yeah.
just step up and do something in its quality? All of a sudden, no, there has to be that time element apparently for quality.
And you're so right about that. And why doesn't that also resonate with people aging? Because I feel like in Western culture, people tend to lose
Ooh.
value as they age. And in Eastern culture, speaking of which, happy Chinese New Year. In Eastern cultures, you're more valued the more time you spend on this earth. Why here on our side of the world are we not?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. And you know how we always revere things from European styling, you know,
True,
something, Chinese culture. I mean, does
true.
anyone else in the world want like anything that we do besides our movies and jeans?
No, no, they don't go, oh, American fitness.
Ooh.
Hmm. Oh, I mean, American movies, like you said, American celebrity. I think that's really all we're known for. And especially now, I think now they're just waiting for us to blow ourselves up because we're at the precipice of it's clear. I think it's clear what's happening, right? People,
Yes, go
go
ahead.
ahead. Well, I was gonna say people in power have to choose, according to what I think, that their politics are more important than what is right.
Exactly.
And it feels like it's not going to go the right way. When I say the right way, I mean what is right.
I tell you though, if I was a senator, my speech would be, we're trying to save you guys and you're not letting us help you. God bless you, because your party is now officially a shambles.
Yeah.
Good luck with whatever the hell you're doing, because this path you're on now with that guy in charge is a disaster. Good luck. Because the Republicans were barely hanging on as it was. With
You're right.
they could only hold on to the the only way they could ever get a president is through the electoral college. That's the only way. They'd never win the popular vote. Never,
That's
never,
right.
ever. Now they're fractured. So now they're talking about creating a third party that will never win anything.
Right. Right.
It's stupid. The math doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you don't want to fracture, but that part of the you got to stomp that part out and then try to grow it back in some other fashion.
Right. I mean, it feels like to me, and I'm just one person, but it feels like to me, when things go bad, when you're making bad choices and you're not making the best choices for the overall environment, eventually it does implode on you. It does. It just does. When you're making the right choices, things actually do get better for you, better for the world, better for people.
And there's a process of, dealing with your shit. Okay, I'm 19 years back on my taxes. Let's just just go in and talk to the guy and see what's going to be. Yes, I owe my ex an apology.
Yes.
Yes, I was an asshole as a dad. Just go back and take your lumps. Yes, I stole something from a store when I was not 16 years old, and I've always felt bad about it. Go back, take your lumps, cut the cancer out, move on.
What's your prediction, Tom? Do you think enough Republicans?
No.
I don't either.
No,
so
15 guys didn't even go to the hearings yesterday.
That's the other thing I don't understand about politics. How is it the people we've elected to work for us that we are paying weren't even paying attention? The ones that were there, they're like doodling, they were napping.
Let me just be honest. I watched some of it, and a lot of it is redundant. Okay. So,
it's still important.
It's very important. It's redundant. It's showboating. They're, putting on a show for whoever's watching. So I get it, but still it's disrespectful, because this is the process. Respect the process.
What do you think history is going to show about this time?
History's going to show us we dodged a bullet. Could you imagine if he was president? How he'd be railing already to try to figure out how to become the president the third time.
He just wants to be
that would be his plan. But think about it. Think about because the one takeaway that I got from watching all the hearings and stuff, was these guys, had they had the opportunity, and had they got 50 senators or Congress people, they were going to definitely kidnap, definitely restrain, and maybe harm somebody.
Right.
And at the end of the day, Trump was watching all that happening and was encouraging that. And I don't believe that you could argue reasonably against that. I mean, he watched it on TV. No phone calls to the National Guard, no calls for reinforcement. They had to call him. Hey, you mind if we send the National Guard in from Maryland? Could you hold on a little bit? I'm enjoying the smashing.
Right.
It's insane. I mean, so he really wanted, if they would have killed all of Congress and all the senators, he would have been happy about that. He goes, all right, I'm here. Now it's all on me.
I mean, it's already been proven people died, people were harmed, people were blinded, horrible things happen. So the people that are going to vote and say, no, we're not going to hold them culpable. Do you think they're the kind of people that are not worried about their safety at that point? Because it seems like they're voting in fear of their party, but
yes,
I wonder if this goes the way I'm afraid it's going to go, and they don't vote morally.
Oh, it's not going to happen.
I'm just saying.
You're going to get, I'll tell you, you'll get 9 Republican senators, which will be a landslide.
Which is also heartbreaking. Do you think there's going to be any vigilante justice?
No. No, 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 they're done. It's now we've got the locks on the house. You see, like, it's like if you live in a house and you don't have any locks on it, then you get burglarized. Now you're going to get locks and security.
Well, I don't mean for the Trump party. I mean the people on the other side that are not going to put up with Trump getting by with this. Do you think people on the other side are going to come after the senators and the people that voted
You mean
to let this?
physically and with violence?
Yes.
No, I do not.
Okay, I do.
Really? So you think that libertarian alt left or whatever the hell they're called are going to start? They're going to march on Cruz's house or something?
I think it's going to be done in the dark. I think that there's dark levels on both sides. This is what I
Really?
think. I'm not saying I'm right. I think there's dark levels on both sides. And I think some people are not going to be able to live with this decision. And I think they're going to do something to put some fear into these senators. That's what I think.
Speaking of dark side, hey, this part of the program is brought to you by the What-A-Light.
The What-A-Light.
Now with a remote control.
What a smooth transition. Let's shine the light on politics.
That's bright.
Very good. Very fancy.
There we go.
Are you doing anything special to celebrate Chinese New Year?
Are you kidding me?
I can't wait to hear what you're doing.
I'm getting a big tattoo.
Do you have tattoos? Any tattoos?
Yeah, it says in Chinese, it says "Fuck Trump" on my back.
I'm sure. You have no tattoos, right?
I do not. It's the one thing, whenever you get those 20 questions on Facebook, get a point for everything you've never done.
Yes.
And I have points for everything except for tattoos and piercings. And then occasionally one of the lists will say you had a baby. Well, I didn't have a baby. But everything else I've done, been to jail, flew a plane, jumped out of a plane.
Is there a deep reason why you haven't had a tattoo? Because they're obviously more acceptable than what they were when we were growing up. It's a very kind of trendy
I
thing
couldn't
to
put
have.
a sticker on my bed when I was a kid. I was so concerned about a permanent marker, permanent this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you would think that I would get tattoos because I'm very impulsive and out of the box, but the idea of having something permanent on my body that I can't change really stresses me out.
What's
I like change.
what's the thing? I don't know. You know what? I was so closed-minded about tattoos.
Okay.
If something would happen in my life and I'd say, boy, I'd like to remember that, I might get a little something here, something that says, hey, hang on, or keep going, or ever forward, or fuck the man.
The other thing is our job. I mean, another reason I always thought I'd get something on my wrist, but with my job, I feel like I would always have to cover it, right? I've seen some hosts with tattoos, but I feel like my company wouldn't appreciate it.
Yeah. You're much more ready to go without a tattoo.
Yeah.
But I don't think if I had a tattoo here and I was demonstrating something, it's funny. Tattoos, I think for men, I don't know how women see men, but I think a guy with a tattoo, I think women see him as, oh, there's a man that's getting ready to get some shit done. He can commit. If I was demonstrating the What-A-Light and I had a tattoo of some sort of Sanskrit or Chinese writing here, it might give me a little edge.
I think it would. I think you need to get a tattoo. I think it's going to help your sales. Do it. Okay, so
I got the chessboard over here. I got the guitar. I've got the paintings.
We've got Sanskrit tattoos. Come on,
beard, huh?
Come on,
I got the low profile toupee that doesn't show you too much hair.
Do it. Okay, so let's talk about the teases because we teased two things from our last show. You said goals.
Oh, look at you steering the thing back on track.
We need to take responsibility for our goals, and I want to talk about the OnlyFans website. So
go ahead.
No, let's start with some responsibility. What would you like us to each hold each other accountable for at this point?
All right. I want to get here. It's my list of goals.
Holy cow, you have a list.
I'm like Abraham Lincoln.
On an envelope.
On the back of a bill.
What if you lose that envelope? Where will your list end up? Why isn't it in your phone?
It's going to be memorialized right now on the TV.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
I want to get at least 3 new products in the HSN. So I brought in a new product plus the What-A-Light. So that's business goals. That's a business goal. I've been struggling with the cart, trying to look for a new factory, and I think I found something. But I need to get more stuff. We're sitting on. You're talented. Tina's talented. We got talent all over the place. We've got I've got representation at HSN. I've been there for 30 some years. I should be able,
Right.
I should have had a thriving business. I got sidetracked 5 years ago with the fucking cart.
Yeah.
and I haven't recovered, but it
Yeah.
still looks good. So that's that. Plus, I want to now that I'm living, at Patrick's without horses or chickens or dogs or poor Abby. She lived a good life, but that was a signal. It was time for me to wrap it up at the ranch.
Right.
I want to do more traveling. I said, okay, give yourself
Yes.
$1,500 a month that you got to spend on traveling.
Okay,
I want to
cool.
join a travel club,
Oh,
right?
all right.
So, you buy a hotel at the discount and that'll force you to get a cheap
Go
airline,
out.
cheap, and go somewhere. Also,
Okay.
I'd like to go learn how to do like parasailing.
Really now, parasailing.
I
Okay.
was a certified private pilot for many
Yeah.
years. I'm no longer current, haven't been current for 25 years, but I've always been fascinated with that little tricycle flying
Yes.
like that.
Okay.
And this is the perfect place to do it.
It really is.
Weather is nice, plenty of places to
Yes.
land. It's not like you're getting lost in the mountains if you're flying somewhere. It's like, oh, you landed 6 blocks from Orlando. There you go.
Yeah. No, that's good. So you have a bucket list of things that
I'm
you
not done.
I'm not wrapping you. I'm just saying you've got a big bucket list. I like it.
Yeah, you know what? If you're wandering, nothing ever gets done. I wander enough. Every now and again I got to write a list. All right, it's been 3 months since I got. This is now I'm focusing. I didn't do a January thing, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm putting it on the TV. We're gonna make it a memorializing this. So it's anybody who's watching the show can at any time say, "Hey, how's that flying coming along?
Going on with that.
What's going on with that? How's the product search coming along?"
When do you want, what's your cutoff date? Like you want to have
End of the
three
year, I get to jam it in all at the end of the year.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. What else?
Okay, I've started to row. I'm doing the rowing thing.
Good.
I want to do 10,000 meters a week.
I have no concept what that means.
10,000 meters is probably 15 to 20 minutes a day.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Like I just did today, I did 2,000 meters and it took me 16 and a half minutes.
Okay.
Now, I was only doing it for 5 minutes in the beginning of February, end of January.
Sure.
It's like 5 minutes, like I'm done.
Yeah.
So now I'm getting a feel for what can be done in this thing. I have a friend of mine,
Yes.
she's doing 5,000 meters a day.
Melissa? Is it Melissa?
Yes, Melissa doing 5,000 meters a day at a rowing club down in
Nice.
the Sarasota, where that she is.
That's so smart. I think I should probably get one of those. I broke down yesterday and I bought a very expensive portable treadmill because the way my house is, I don't have room for the whole treadmill with a stand, but it's winter and I haven't been able to get my steps in. So I spent more money than what I normally would because it's like a quality machine and I
Right.
can move it around.
So what did you get? You bought a treadmill?
Yes, it's a portable treadmill, but it has a counter and stuff, but it doesn't have the big handle. So it's easier for me to place places because even though I have a big house, I don't have that kind of a room to just set out a full treadmill and I'm not getting my steps in. And I'll tell you, the other day I was watching the Britney Spears documentary and I got out a can of Pringles sour cream and onion chips and I ate the whole can in one setting. And I said, "You're going to die if you keep living like this. What are you going to do about it?" And I thought, you know what? I've got to solve some problems. And one excuse I've been making is it's so cold outside with all the snow. I'm not getting my exercise in. So I spent a lot of money thinking that I'll solve my problem. So we'll see.
It's so much easier to buy shit rather than to do shit. I'm the same. Everybody's the same way. Patrick and I had the same conversation you just had. We had that conversation daily. I just ate a bag of chips on the way home from the store. I just ate a bag of chips sitting here, between dinner and lunch.
I've never done that, Tom. I've never, ever ate an entire Pringles. I've never done that. And there's no reason. There's no reason to do that. That makes no sense. I wasn't even hungry.
Have you ever fell asleep on the couch watching TV and slept the night there?
No, it was in the middle of the day that
I'm asking you a different question.
Sorry,
have you
yes.
ever fallen asleep watching TV and slept the night on the couch? Woke up in the morning on the couch, not drunk.
Not drunk. I'm gonna say not typically. If there have been times,
I'm not saying typically. Have you ever woken
No,
up.
I've never spent all night on the couch. No.
Thank you. That's a good, that's the hint. God dang it. Simple question.
But is it everything
It
has
is
layers.
simple. It's a yes or no. Yes, I have. No, I
No,
haven't.
no, Your Honor. No, Father Tom. You're a strict priest.
Hey, by the way, let me just tell you, I'm going to be one of these advocates for rowing because I've done the
Okay.
treadmill.
Should I buy that too? Should I buy a rowing thing?
Hold on. Let me turn it off. Hang on. My MSNBC just went off.
Uh-oh.
I love the rowing. I've got bad feet, so I can't do the treadmill.
Okay.
I can do it in fits and starts if I had to.
Okay.
But the rowing is low impact, not hard on your joints.
Are you moving your legs and your arms?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, legs and arms. And I feel it much more here and in my lungs than I do in my legs. My legs have always been very strong for me.
Yeah.
So that's never been a problem. But I love it because you can work hard and you don't like feel it. Oh, sometimes
Right.
you're weightlifting, it's your shoulder, very low impact.
So what's your goal on getting to the point of doing these 10,000?
So I do 2,000 meters a day, 5 days a week, take 2 days off, you get there. So then of course that goal will hopefully stretch to, 15,000 meters a week. Wouldn't it be lovely to do 5,000 meters a day?
Is it true though that you're supposed to work your muscles every other day because of the way that, is that true? I've always heard that.
You know what? Yeah, they say that. And I think the idea being like you could do push-ups every day, right? But if you're going to do 250-pound bench presses every day, you may want to take a day off because your muscles, the whole idea of building your muscles is to break it down and then let it grow back bigger and stronger. So for some reason, calisthenics and stuff like that, from what I've heard, it doesn't really apply. You could do sit-ups every day. You could do push-ups every day.
Okay. So on your bucket list of goals, what's the biggest one? What's the most outlandish goal you have so far?
I want to do 20 minutes stand-up. I want to feature
that's a lot.
In town.
That's a lot, Tom. 20 minutes is a lot.
If you want to feature, you got to have 20, 25 minutes.
No, you're right. At what point do you want to be ready to do your 20?
Well, I don't think I'll be able to go back out. Did you hear Fauci the other day? He's on track with me. He goes, he thinks by April, it's going to be a cattle call to get the shot.
Okay, that's great.
Anybody who wants the shot can get the shot. So
okay,
I'll think because I circled April in my calendar too mentally. So
you did say that.
So,
okay.
So let's call it May. So it gives me May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 8 months to get tightened up my act. Because I'm dying. I'm seeing all these guys. Open mics are all around me, but also people are getting sick at the open mics too. So I got to stay back.
Okay.
Till I get the shot, and then I want to go out. I want to go up 3 days a week.
All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
We started, the state of New York started indoor dining today. So we'll see what the COVID response is to that. Cause we've been really shut down because that's the worry. Of course, we all want to get out in the world. Of course we do, but it's the impending death that we worry about. So we'll see what happens. So do you have a reading goal for us that we can, I know I'd like to get on
one book a month. I've already said that. I'm down to 0 books read 11 days in.
When you say 1 book a month, are we starting at the first of the month? Because you still have 2 weeks to go.
Yeah, I can still make it. But
okay. So we'll follow up on your
Can I tell you this? Someone gave me a Showtime passcode.
Yes.
That combined with this 82-inch TV in my bedroom.
Oh, yeah, it makes it tough.
Makes it hard to get a lot of reading in.
It makes it tough.
Read a book or watch Bryan Cranston.
I'm telling you, Your Honor is so compelling, and it kind of is worth skipping the book for a minute because it's so many ethical. I love ethical dilemmas.
Many no doubt about it. Unpack it. This is right up our alley. Unpacking the ethical dilemmas.
Yes, it's a thing. And speaking of ethical dilemmas, let's talk about OnlyFans. So people that know about this, it's fan pages on the internet where you pay to be a fan and you get special content. There's no guarantee what the content is, but I think we all know it's mostly sexual, right?
We can only hope.
And so there was a show on Hulu called OnlyFans to show you behind the scenes of what happens on OnlyFans. And these people are making a lot of money. So Tom and I briefly touched on this. So I want to dig a little bit deeper in how you think that's going to affect our industry, because you and I both work for QVC HSN. We count on people at home to turn our shows on and to buy from us because that's the most compelling thing happening at the moment. Do you feel like if more people are participating in OnlyFans and they're doing I mean, it doesn't have to just be sex, it could be whatever your fetish is, people are going to start, if your fetish is, clowns doing some kind of crazy thing, someone will create that site and someone will pay money for it. So when we have so many distractions with OnlyFans, do you think it's going to affect our bottom line, or do you think it's just a phase?
Well, think about it. Home shopping is all it is technically there. QVC, we're at 90 million households, which is
Yes.
effectively everywhere in the country, right? I mean,
Yes.
there's how many households in the country? Can't be more than 100 million. 3 people in each household, apartment or house, home. I mean, 350 million people. Anyway, effectively, we're everywhere. You know how many
Yeah.
people watch home shopping at any given time? Less than 2%.
Yes. Correct.
So we're just it's the tiny slice of the pie. And this is a great experiment in commerce where let's supply fill demand. If there's
Yeah.
no demand for the clown thing, or if there's demand for it, the clown thing will expand. If there's no demand, it'll shrink. So I don't think that's going to affect us. I
You
think we're
don't?
I think we're
Oh,
entering a very interesting age where people are engaging with their phones, and it's personal entertainment. I mean, it used to be you couldn't watch something on TV unless it was being broadcast, so the network could sell this ad space to the 25 million people watching at that certain time. But then they
yes.
realized, well, hell, on YouTube, I don't care if he's watching with everybody. I want to still sell my soap to that person, and I'll run that ad for that individual person.
Yeah. Well, I just think remember when reality TV became a thing and everybody was like, come on, these people haven't paid their dues. They're on one show, they become famous, but it's a completely different format.
Yeah,
I think some of the reality TV people have made a lot of money, but they all seem pretty short term.
of
They've never
course.
really competed with like true,
No, but
actors.
yeah, but it's interesting because with this phone, I can shoot in 4K. That's as good as any network.
That is
So
pretty
the
crazy.
technology's been evened out. I remember when I was working with Kevin Harrington, and he was, um, the owned the infomercial company. I was working with him at this time, at that time, and
Yeah.
he'd give a tour of the offices, and in that office we had an editing bay. And it's like, oh yeah, this computer is $100,000. Those
Right.
monitors are $18,000 a piece. The software that we
True.
run here is we license it for $25,000 a year.
Yes.
This, we have anime. So here's $500,000 worth of shit in this one room.
Yes. Right.
I've replaced
Right.
it, and I've done a better job of it with this thing. The
Yeah.
cameras, the lighting.
Yeah.
I shot all that B-roll for the handy tape
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. That's what
Looked
I'm
great.
saying. On the OnlyFans page, the majority of them are doing all their own stuff. They're not investing a lot of money in their overhead because they get 80% of the profits. So they want to try to keep as much of
It's
the profits
it's
as
it's
possible.
it's bizarre to me. I mean, frankly, most anything you want to see, you could see
You
on
can't like
YouTube or Pornhub or whatever you
right.
wanted to do for free. I don't understand what the money part is, but apparently
Well,
it's working.
here's what I think, because obviously it grew during the pandemic, right? People aren't out in the world as much. And so they're bored, they've got more downtime. I think it's that personal connection. I think people feel personally connected because they're in a
I
private
suppose.
group.
Yeah, and rather than just being a voyeur, you're actually engaging. I guess
You're
that's it,
engaging.
and your people are willing to pay for that. I get it.
How many Trump supporters do you think are paying for fans only? Because I think they like to be special and they like to feel they're part of a secret group. So,
It's interesting. I was watching the Buccaneers had a big parade down at the in
yes,
South Tampa
sure.
yesterday. It was a big boat parade. I mean, it was screaming Trump parade all over again. Everybody
Well,
had
Tom Brady is a Trump fan.
yes, but I was like these 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 Trump folks, they love to they love a good party, and I get it.
Yes.
The boat parades down here were insane, you know, for pre-election,
Yeah.
and the gatherings are incredible. these are the same folks that gather for FSU or for Bucks. These folks love to tailgate. They love to be outside. They love their boats. They love their barbecue. And they love drinking. I mean, it's an interesting thing because this is a group of people that I would like to engage in. These are people that like to get out off their couches and go out and have a beer, go out and go out boating. So this is that Trump has tapped into that mass of people that want to engage in life on that level.
Yes, I think that's been part of the confusion about the Trump fan base, is that you want to believe that if evil is evil, right? Bad is bad. And there's layers to that, because I feel like, I'm probably wrong, but I feel like the majority of the people that say they still support Trump are ignorant to what's really happening.
It's like, you went to Gainesville, their coach is found molesting children. I'm still a Gainesville fan. I believe in that coach, blah, blah, blah. It's like, really? He's right. There's no question. Just because you're from Gainesville and you went to, Florida State, doesn't FSU.
That's right.
UF doesn't mean you've got to defend that nonsense. You got to be able to step away and say, just like when you have a church, like a minister, oh, he was caught embezzling funds. But I still like that Tammy Baker, and I still like that Jimmy Baker.
Right.
Well, he was embezzling funds. He was a crook. He was condos that never got built. People losing their Jimmy Baker. It's like snap out of it. These guys are crooks, and so we're still in the snap out of it mode. And then some people never figure it out. They just, I don't give a crap. I'm a Trump fan. I'm a Jimmy Baker fan. And that's how I'm going to be.
People see what they want to see, right? They see what they want to see.
Yeah, there's a little sadness to that, and hopefully. And you hope as an individual you don't have a blind spot like that either. But of
course,
But I mean, I was raised Catholic, so my first instinct may be to defend Catholics. My uncle's a priest. I may want to defend priests because I was raised like that.
Yeah.
I might think America is better than France. I've never been to France. How do people get to make a statement about no country's better than America? Really, where have you been?
Right.
Where have you been? You've been to Netherlands, Australia, anywhere, anywhere outside your zip code?
And really, if you want to do the research, look at our healthcare system.
Yeah.
We have a lot of problems here in the United States. We're not really the best in all things. So
we love our country. We want it to be great, but
I want it to be great, but I feel like we got a long way to go. I think history is going to show that this was a real turning point for us in morals and values. Because
I think we dodged the bullet. I think that the Republicans got trouble, but I think we're going to come out okay. I think we're going to end up in a huge amount of debt.
I think so too. Yeah.
Horrible debt.
So today is the Chinese New Year, Tom, and for the Chinese New Year, it's quite a big deal.
And we had so many topics that had nothing to do with politics. God damn it.
For the Chinese New Year, there's a lot of do you know how long it lasts? How long the celebrations for Chinese New Year last?
I think it's 4 weeks. It depends upon where you're at in the country. Anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks could be.
16-day event, but the first 7 days.
16-day.
The first 7 days are the public holidays. The first 7 are considered public holidays. Okay. So do you know what year this is? What animal for the new year? What they're calling it? Because last year was the year of the rat, which I'm a rat. So it was really my year was last year during the pandemic. So you're welcome. Do you know what animal is this year?
Is it the cock?
It's not the cock, but thanks for saying cock. It's the ox. It's the year of the ox. And so the ox represents energy, strength, and courage. So this is supposed to be a coming back year. This is a year of getting stronger and putting a lot of work into fixing some things and movement.
I love it.
Which is great, right? There are some animals in the Zodiac that this is a very good year for. You said you were the dog. You were born in the year of the dog. And the dog is really good. Dog's very loyal. Dog has a lot of really good qualities. I'm a rat. So here are the 4 most fortunate Chinese Zodiac signs for the year of the ox. The number 1 is the ox. When it's your year, it is your.
Because it's odd because astrology usually goes in threes. 3 fire signs, 3 water signs, 3 earth signs, and 3 air signs.
I can't tell you why they said the foremost, but they did. And, I can't tell you. But the foremost, number one is the ox, two is the snake, three is the rooster, and four is the rat.
Are you sure it's not cock?
I didn't see cock on here, Tom, but I will look cock up after the show is over to make sure.
I've always seen it referred to as the cock.
Okay.
You're
so
saying rooster. Did it say rooster?
it said rooster. And I just want to point out it is still my year because I am a rat. So I'm very excited about that. So do you know that there's actually taboos for the Chinese New Year? There are certain things they ask you not to do on today, the first year of the new year. Do you know what any of those taboos are, Tom?
Don't call it cock.
I think we can say cock whenever we want. No one so far has said no to the cock, but there are some things that they consider very important in the taboo arena for the Chinese New Year, and one of them is to not say any negative words on the day of the Chinese New Year.
I like that. Boy, that opens everybody's eyes up.
No, so it's not that hard. We could do that. No negative words for one day, guys. Right?
I love it. I love it. That's a great reset.
Here's another interesting thing. It says, do not clean or sweep or take a shower on that day because you'll be wiping away your wealth, pushing away your wealth, washing away your wealth. I thought that was interesting.
You know what? I had a similar topic to be talked about today, but let's go on.
What is that? Okay. Just a couple more. It says, do not give a New Year's blessing to someone if they're still in bed. Let them get out of bed or they'll be lazy and their wealth will be lazy throughout the year. And also do not give a gift of a clock, not a cock. Do not give a clock as a gift on the day of the new year. Also, do not demand.
I screwed up that one already. Go ahead.
Do not demand debt repayment and do not borrow on the first day of the new year. It sets everything for a very bad tone. And the last thing is do not use scissors or knives or other sharp objects or you will be cutting your wealth in half. So don't use any sharp objects or get your hair cut on the first day of the Chinese New Year. I think we can handle those things.
I like that. The only thing I would do incidentally was probably cut something.
Try not
but
to.
Now you've said it, I'll avoid it.
Just one day. Don't cut anything. They said a lot of like here in Chinatown, they don't do hair on the first day of the new year because you cannot do any of that. No sweeping, no cutting, no anything, which I think is fascinating. I had no idea.
Even, of course, maybe it doesn't, clearly it's superstitious, but it's interesting way to reset your brain about, about how you manifest something with a physical, movement.
Absolutely. So
I like it.
Only positive words today. So what was the thing that you said tied into this that was your topic?
As I'm going through my underwear drawer this morning,
yes.
I'm like, how many pairs of underwear do you need?
A lot. You need a lot. Underwear is important.
Why a lot?
I don't know. I feel like
more than 7.
The way you start your day with your underwear affects the way I think you behave, honestly. If it's old, throw it away. Always have new fun underwear, always. Yeah. Do you have fun underwear? Do you have underwear with like pictures and stuff?
No, boys don't have that. All my underwear is black.
Well, it's better than white though, honestly. Black is good. Are you boxers or briefs?
You know what? They make that nice little kind of hybrid.
Yeah, those are nice. Oh yes, Tom's going to show us the hybrid. So do you feel like you have too many pairs of underwear?
I'm like, how many do I need? I need 4 pair.
4? Son,
This is also, can I tie this into another conversation? Patrick and I had this. I'm going to be looking like a bad guy here in a second.
Okay, I'm ready. I love this.
I'm prepared for that. I'm not a huge fan of the shower every day.
No, it's not good for you. It's bad for your skin.
Fine. So I may wear underwear 2 days in a row, unless I've done something athletic, right?
Yeah, who cares?
But I mean, I just like the diamond industry has ingrained it to everybody. Oh, diamonds are valuable. Diamonds really aren't valuable.
Right there, you're right.
And they associate diamonds with how much you love somebody. Well, that's marketing. Same thing with the shampoo people. Same thing with the underwear people. Everybody's, oh, you got to wear 3 pairs of underwear a day. You got to take 3 showers a day, rinse and repeat,
Yeah.
rinse and repeat. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can wear underwear 2 or 3 days in a row. I'm fine with that. If I'm just been sitting around in the office, I'm not engaging. But if I'm rowing or something, then that's something else. So I'm saying, what's my number? How often am I doing laundry? Once a week?
You
Six
know
pairs
what?
of underwear should get me through.
That's something most people don't talk about. There's a very interesting story about, do you remember the commercial for Ring Around the Collar?
Yes, sure.
So Ring Around the Collar, I can't remember the actual product now, but there's a whole backstory on how they
Well, that
made
was,
that up.
yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. Exactly. Well, it was a Chinese laundry, and then it was for laundry detergent.
Yes, to sell laundry
Of
detergent.
course.
And most people don't talk about how often they shower, or
Right.
how
Yeah,
many
because
pairs of underwear they wear.
right. If you say you don't shower every day, all of a sudden you're a pariah. And I'm so glad Patrick's not here to defend his weak position about showering every day,
Yeah. Does
fresh
Patrick
underwear every
shower
day.
twice? Does he shower in the morning and at night?
Oh, by the way, look at this. Let's look what's in the kitchen.
Look what's in the kitchen.
I've been looking at this for
Patrick.
42 minutes and I haven't had a bite.
Avocado toast. So, well, you know what? Here's the thing. I think during the pandemic, people have changed how they shower too. I have read a little bit about that. If you're home and you're not out in the world, it's really bad, especially during, at least for me in the winter, to take a shower every day. It's bad for your skin. But the
Yeah.
underwear thing, I
Yeah.
have to say, try buying yourself a very fun pair of underwear. It will change you a little bit. I'm telling you, it makes a difference.
See, girls always have that fantasy that I better be prepared for whatever.
I don't,
I may run into some man and have some sort of romantic thing, and I'll just have some fun underwear, and I'll be all groomed up down there and ready to go.
why
Men know whether they're going to engage or not on any given day.
why do men think that women buy underwear for them? Why don't you understand we buy
I'm
underwear
not.
for
I
ourselves?
know that, but I mean, believe me, no guy ever put underwear on and said, "My God, here we go. I'm ready to go. This is brighten my day."
Really?
I wish it were not true. I wish we had more things that would say,
Well,
makes you feel like a man. I mean, maybe it's shaving and putting on the aftershave, or putting on a nice tie. Clothes
yeah,
do make the man. Things will make you feel better about yourself, but I
yeah.
don't think it's underwear.
Huh, okay. Well, and we have more choices, right? There's so many styles of
Oh,
underwear, matching bras, the whole thing. So it is a whole thing.
and maybe it's me. I've never been much of a clothes horse to my detriment. It's funny. I've been driving the same car for 16 years,
Yeah.
313,000 miles.
Oh,
I
that's
had
amazing.
I had a conversation with a friend of mine who said, "I thought you were poor. I thought you didn't have any money until I went to your house, and ooh, look, he lives out here on the ranch. This is nice."
Isn't that interesting that your car has to say
I
who you
know.
are? Because that's really not accurate. That's so interesting. What's the most expensive article of clothing that you own, that you've ever bought for yourself? Have you bought any designer, anything, or a very expensive coat or
If
jacket?
I would perhaps, I couldn't even tell you what it would be, but maybe a suit or a jacket. I don't know.
Okay.
I never spent $500 on anything.
Okay.
Somewhere a couple $100, $300 for a suit.
Okay. Yeah, women are different with that. We will spend a lot of money on, not only on clothes, but on purses and shoes. To us, those are very big, important, because it
I
makes
get
us
it.
feel a certain way.
Sure, absolutely. No.
Yeah.
I enjoy, wearing something nice, but I've
Yeah.
never spent a lot of money for that.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't think I've never spent $100 on a shirt.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh,
I feel like that's pretty normal for women. I mean, I feel like we will justify the hell out of our clothes.
but that's fine. You know what? I think it's to my detriment. I say to myself, so you're never gonna drive a new Porsche. You're never gonna drive some brand new Lexus. I'm like, that would be nice, but I've
But
always
if you don't care about that, you could always rent a Porsche for a week and see if you care about
I'm
it.
I'm still like, I still feel like I'm still building my business, and that'll be some sort of
Yeah.
reward if I ever hit it big. So,
Yeah.
but it's
You know
fine. I
what?
mean, it's like I'm ready though.
Do you have a dream car? I have a dream car. Do you have a dream car? It's not, mine isn't realistic, but I do have a dream car.
I tell you, not a dream car, but I think if I would step up, I'd probably buy a Tesla,
Okay. All right.
electric, nice Tesla.
There's a lot of Teslas around here. My dream car, do you want to guess what you think my dream car is? I've wanted it since I was in my 20s and I still want it.
Okay, I'll answer my question. I really want an Audi, the same Audi that Iron
Oh.
Man won drive.
All right. I can appreciate that.
All right, and your dream car is a BMW convertible.
No,
Yeah,
I owned a 3 series, no, a 5 series in the BMW, and I enjoyed it. But then I stopped enjoying it after a year or so because it's very expensive to maintain and it took the joy out of it. It was very,
yeah.
and then I worried where I parked and what I did, it's not worth the stress, but that's not my dream car. My dream car is a powder blue convertible Bentley.
Really,
I've always wanted a Bentley.
you could that's an achievable goal,
I well, I wouldn't
because
drive one here in New
used
York.
Bentleys go for nothing.
I wouldn't drive one here. That's the problem with New
Right,
York. That's why I have an SUV because the idea of it getting trashed or hit or nicked.
right. But they're so expensive to maintain. A 15-year-old Bentley costs
Yeah.
38 grand.
Yeah. No, I know they're expensive to maintain, but it's always been the dream car of like,
Yeah,
wouldn't that be
interesting.
nice when I had my
What
villa
are you?
in Italy?
What are you, Arthur?
I mean,
We
yeah, if there's no limits, yeah, I absolutely I'm a fan
Hobbs,
of
take me
Arthur.
to blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
Oh.
I mean, I would be if I had Oprah money, I wouldn't own houses everywhere. I would own one home
Ah,
and then I would travel. Oprah has a lot of houses. I know wealthy people have a lot of houses and maybe it's a good tax write-off. I wouldn't want that over my head worrying about other homes that I wasn't living in. I wouldn't want to maintain them. Even if I had Oprah money, I feel like if I had Oprah money, I would travel and I would find ways. We've talked about this before to like invest in what's going on in the world. Like we talked about Jeff Bezos, he could change so many things. He's not, it's his money. He can
you
do what
don't
he
know what
wants.
he's doing.
I, I,
Everybody wants to pile on Jeff Bezos.
well, I'm going to pile on him because I feel like if you make that kind of crazy money, you can never spend it in your lifetime. What are we doing here on this earth anyway?
I agree. I'm hoping he's doing something like Bill Gates, right? Bill Gates is trying to put a microchip in everybody so he control their lives. So there's
And
something good.
and you know what? I think, hail to Bill Gates because if that's what he wants, he's wealthy enough to make those
What
choices.
time you got to go? What time's your next show?
Yeah, I got 2 shows at noon in 10 minutes. I gotta go. I mean, in 5 minutes, I guess I should do a little bit of a setup. I tried to do a whole Chinese New Year. I've got my
Look at that. I love a. Is it a bonsai tree in there somewhere? No.
my little this is a good luck. If you put this at the entryway of your door, it's supposed to help you with your wealth.
I thought it was a toad smoking pot.
It's for wealth, son. It's for wealth. And then the only other thing I could find was this little Zen book because it was red. Red
I
is
like that.
auspicious. You're supposed to wear red today, Tom.
I could change that. That's easy.
Wear red today and say only positive things. Why do you have the Beatles out?
Look at this. I bought this on eBay 6 years ago, and I've never played it.
Is it a collector's situation?
Yeah, this is a real 45.
But I mean, is it like what's the value?
$3.
Oh, okay. Well, I know nothing about like collector stuff. I didn't know if it was one of
I
those
just had a
things.
moment of nostalgia because I used to love the Beatles, play the Beatles songs on the record player, and they always had that orange and yellow center.
Oh yeah. And you had the little clippy thing to put in the
Yeah,
middle, right? So it would set. Yeah. Do you have a record player, Tom?
I do not.
Well, you need to get yourself one.
My ex has a record player. She bought the kids. I need to go over there and play it.
Yeah.
You want to see my rowing before we say goodbye?
Let's see the rowing before you say goodbye. Are you going to give your tip of the day while you're rowing?
No, I'm not going to row.
Oh, I thought you
Tip
were
of the
going to row.
day. You know what? Exercise a little bit every day. I got my 10,000 steps in yesterday. About 7 o'clock, I went out and I walked about 3 miles.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Yeah, that's
10,000 steps.
fantastic.
Oh, what's going on here?
Okay, so those of you on iTunes, Tom is turning the camera so we can see his exercise area and this rowing machine that he is just bragging about. That does take up some space. I could never have that kind of space in my home. And he very smartly has a television over it. So do you watch television while you row, Tom?
Yeah, that's YouTube has a rowing channel.
Oh, okay. There you go. Very nice. Are you one of those exercise people that can just fully entrench yourself in the exercise, or do you need to watch something?
I'm usually listening to rock and roll music.
Nice. Okay. Do you have a favorite band you recommend for exercising?
I put on the hits of the 80s.
How about you? The hits of the 80s. All right.
You know, you get a little Def Leppard.
Um, I'll trust you on that. So the tip of the day is exercise a little bit each day. Tom's going to end the show with a close up on that avocado toast that Patrick has made him. And what's today's Friday? It's the last show before Valentine's Day. I can't wait to talk to you on Monday about all the Valentine's fails.
Let's do it.
We will do that. So I'm Melinda McKinsey.
I'm Tom Wise.
And thank you for unpacking some shit with us. We will see you on Monday after Valentine's Day.
It's a date. There's another one in the can.